Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to Monday Night Raw. Tonight we have ourselves the official road to SummerSlam. We figured out what happened at the King and Queen of the Ring, and now there'll be some build-up now up to SummerSlam. We've already seen some matches, some guaranteed matches for SummerSlam, and sometimes tonight we may even see the finalization of certain other matches. And tonight we are kicking us off with a tag team match, as is the Viper, Randy Orton, teams up with a man that is returning after nearly a month off by a big assault by Bronson Reed, after Bronson Reed defeated him over a month ago at the Raw exclusive pay-per-view. And at that time, certainly, Bronson Reed has wanted to attack, decimate anyone in his path that think they are in the same league as him, as he is your Intercontinental Champion. Then, we started the King of the Ring tournament. Randy Orton and Bronson Reed were the first round. Randy Orton ends up bouncing Bronson Reed out of the first round, and Bronson Reed would make sure that Randy Orton wouldn't make it out of the semifinals, would come out, distract Randy Orton enough to where Jey Uso would come out, or actually cradle, roll up, whatever you'd like to call it, on Randy Orton, and Jey Uso would make it to the finals. Last week here, Randy Orton would call out Bronson Reed, the Intercontinental Champion, wanting a Intercontinental Championship match against Bronson Reed at King of the Ring. Well, Bronson Reed answered the challenge and said, he attacked Randy, and we certainly saw the results of what happened that night. And Bronson Reed said, "Hey, I don't feel like defending my championship at King of the Ring, but if you really want a match against me, how about we do it in Detroit for the Intercontinental Championship, one-on-one?" And, William Regal has made it official. We've known that now. William Regal has made it official. Randy Orton versus Bronson Reed for the Intercontinental Championship. And now we get to see Kevin Owens back here on Monday Night Raw after, like we said, nearly a month away on the shelf. Kevin Owens tonight going to look for a little bit of revenge tonight as he teams up with Randy Orton to do just the thing, but it's not going to be an easy match whatsoever, because tonight Kevin and Randy take on the team of Bronson Reed, the Intercontinental Champion, as well as Bron Breakker. Breakker came up a bit short there at the King of the Ring, and Sami Zayn is still your undisputed champion. But Kevin Owens seems like he's still in good shape. No issues attending to his body. No certain wrappings besides his normal hand wrap and anything like that. So that must be a good sign that whatever he's dealing with is at least close to 100%. As here comes the Intercontinental Champion Bronson Reed. Man has had a great 2024, ladies and gentlemen, and certainly with 2025 in the very near future after SummerSlam, it is going to be very hectic because we start another WWE draft. And with this year's WWE draft, it means anyone can be drafted from each roster, Raw, NXT, SmackDown. Each roster gets 20 spots. Teams can be broken up if they want to. Superstars may not be on the same teams. And, certainly there's another thing where if you become a free agent, you can sign to anywhere you want to once the draft is officially over. As now we can wait for the badass Bron Breakker. And for Breakker also, he definitely going to feel a little disappointed at that showing that he had there at the King of the Ring. And certainly he feels like he could probably do a little bit better. And we tried getting a word with Bron Breakker earlier on tonight, and he declined to comment and shut the door right in our faces. So certainly Breakker dealing with quite a bit still with frustration when it comes to that. But hopefully we find out who will be facing off with Sami Zayn, since Bron Breakker did lose last night at the King of the Ring. And, depending on William Regal, ladies and gentlemen, maybe he makes a number one contenders matchup real quick for kind of seeing what will be next in line for Sami Zayn. I don't know what the initial thoughts are for what's going on. Obviously, if Ilya Dragunov would have won, Sami Zayn would have known who it was, but Solo Sikoa outlasted Ilya Dragunov just barely to walk out the King of the Ring. We want to congratulate Solo Sikoa for winning the King of the Ring, as well as the Queen of the Ring going to Jade Cargill. As the matchup has officially started here, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. A little taste of what's going to be happening next week live at SummerSlam. As we're going to have this Monday Night Raw and next week's Monday Night Raw, which obviously is the go-home edition of Monday Night Raw. So next week, we got Monday Night Raw this week, SmackDown this week. Next week is the go-home show for Raw and the go-home edition of SmackDown that will lead us right in to SummerSlam. I'm going to be live there in Detroit, Michigan. Going to be a chaotic event of sorts. Expect the unexpected. A lot of big names are going to be there. A lot of big-time matches are going to be happening there. From the likes of Seth Rollins defending his World Heavyweight Championship against Solo Sikoa, the King of the Ring winner. You're going to have a title versus title matchup as Queen Jade Cargill takes on Rhea Ripley, title for title, live there at the SummerSlam pay-per-view. Also, Intercontinental Championship Randy Orton versus the Intercontinental Champion Bronson Reed. And certainly we're going to have John Cena, United States Champion, against The Miz. And plenty of other big-time matches like the final boss, The Rock. He will be taking on the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, inside of a Hell in a Cell structure. Cannot wait to see that. That is going to be chaotic to say the least. Also, you're going to see Finn Balor versus AJ Styles. A rivalry comes to an end. If Finn Balor wins, AJ Styles will have to join the Judgment Day. If Finn Balor loses, he is out of the Judgment Day. A lot of stuff coming to a head, pardon me, at SummerSlam, plus more to be added to that lovely pay-per-view. Randy Orton showing that agility there, and now a big scoop slam. It's vintage Randy Orton for sure. As a vicious backbreaker into a clothesline to the back of the neck. And I think for Kevin Owens, he probably wishes he was in that Intercontinental Championship coming up. He wants to get his hands, he wants another opportunity at Bronson Reed. Obviously, there's a little bit of a past, like we mentioned before, between Bronson Reed and Kevin Owens a couple years back here on Monday Night Raw when they were going after the $1 Million Championship. Reed now going to toss Randy Orton into the corner here. Going to look for a tag to the badass Bron Breakker. Now Breakker. Oh, goodness. Just able to make that look so easy was Bron Breakker. And that's what Breakker is, ladies and gentlemen. He is a badass, but they don't just say that for the heck of it. Breakker is and will be the future of this business. Oh, big Hurricane Rana takes down Randy Orton there. And now Bronson Reed going to get tagged into the ring. Once again, we're getting a little preview of what's coming our way live there at SummerSlam. The Viper against the big Bronson Reed. Tsunami versus RKO. Randy Orton has not held the Intercontinental Championship here in Universe Mode, but there is always time for a first here in the series, and it very well could be in Detroit, Michigan. Randy Orton has held the WWE Championship, the Undisputed Championship, the Tag Team Championships here in Universe Mode, but has never won an Intercontinental Championship, a United States Championship. We'll have to wait and see how how it's gonna go, man. I just can't wait. SummerSlam is gonna be off the charts, and it's one of those pay-per-views that it's always gonna be. It's the hottest night of the summer as Randy Orton busted open Bronson Reed there. And Owens fired up. He's leaving Bronson Reed able to crawl to the corner. Can he get a tag? Yes, he does. Owens excited to be back, but he doesn't realize right though. Breakker right behind him, going to try to make him pay here. And now Breakker with the over-the-head release slam, taking down Kevin Owens. And look at these massive haymakers right to the temple of Kevin Owens. And again, I mean, you do it once, why not go to the well one more time? A lot of time you go to the well one too many times and you pay for it. And that's what Kevin Owens made him pay, or at least looked like he was going to make him pay. But overshot that springboard. And now Bronson Reed with a big-time powerbomb. Now here we go with the tag. Let's see Bronson Reed go to work. No, Kevin Owens catches him with a DDT. That time finally Owens was able to connect. Missed it on Bron Breakker, but it was able to hit it on Bronson Reed. And like we mentioned, Bron Breakker's got himself a bright future. He's definitely going to win world championships in his career, but he's going to have to wait a little bit longer. Certainly was not his night last night at the King of the Ring, but there's no shame in that. You know, there's times where superstars are going to be able to out-wrestle you at times. It's a nice, kind of a clothesline chokeslam of sorts. And there's that wrestling background, a little bit of from Bron Breakker, showing it from its family, the Steiner brothers, of Rick and Scott Steiner. And again, look at that Bron Breakker. Just able to do that, just basically toy around with Randy Orton here. Now, good old-fashioned gator roll. We haven't really seen that too much in a long time. As now a crossface. Could Randy Orton tap out here? Randy lucky that Bronson Reed was kind of letting that go. Another gator roll type of maneuver, and now he's just, I don't know if he's toying with Randy or he's just showing Randy that he can do what he's doing right now, because right now that was looking terrific. Now Randy going to look to go to work here with a fall-away slam. Explosive there. But look at Bron Breakker. He knew he was in trouble, rolled out the ring, and was able to get himself out of that situation. Oh, and look at Randy catching Breakker. And that Breakker right there with that, again with that running choke slam or running choke, whatever you want to call it. Highly effective. It's almost enough, but it's not enough just yet. Breakker missed that big boot, and Randy makes him pay for it. And there's going to be a lot of build-up, a lot of tension, not between all four of these guys, obviously. I mean, there's going to be tension on the road to SummerSlam, but certainly for all of Raw and SmackDown, the build-up is going to be key in this moment as that back suplex takes it to Bron Breakker. Now the Viper has been unleashed. As the referee starts his count here, Randy going to look to make Bron Breakker pay here at ringside. It's going to be another great edition of Raw and Netflix, ladies and gentlemen. Great night ahead of us. Big main event tonight as your Undisputed Champion, Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn takes on a member of the Judgment Day, that is Finn Balor, one of the most accomplished gentlemen in Universe Mode history. As Randy just wrenching in on that head, that is not going to be feeling good. And then feel Randy Orton starting to get a little bit more aggressive here on Bron Breakker. But look at the kip up out of nowhere. Breakker going to look to make him pay. Throws him in the corner. So you look at the just blood on the face of Bronson Reed. He's sure got himself some scars. His over the head suplex takes down Randy Orton. And I'll look at Breakker again. And obviously this is a tag team match, and you're seeing more of that wrestling that he's able to show you more besides in a singles matchup. But you know, it's always good to see these single superstars, what they can accomplish in a tag team match. Because sometimes, you know, something like this may spark a superstar to be like, hey, you know what, I could start a tag team with somebody. You know, I do quite well. So, I mean, time's going to tell as Kevin Owens with a back body drop there to the Intercontinental Champion. Owens from behind. Man, just folding him like an accordion. Reed back up to his feet. And Reed going to catch him. Uh-oh. This is the maneuver that put him on the shelf along some other maneuvers as Reed off the ropes and all that weight right to the gut. But Owens right back up to his feet, though, surprisingly. Certainly going to be fired up after being nearly gone for over a month. As Reed going to bounce him right off that top turnbuckle. Also later on tonight, your Women's World Champion here on Monday Night Raw will be taking on Mia Yim later on tonight in a non-title matchup as Rhea Ripley looks to build some momentum up to her title versus title match live there at SummerSlam against Jade Cargill. And certainly that matchup very well could be a show stealer for sure. It's title versus title. Whoever walks out the winner is going to hold 2 championships and will have to defend the championships on Raw and SmackDown. As Bronson Reed face to face with Randy Orton briefly, but right now Randy's going to try to make him pay. This is vintage Randy Orton. Down goes Bronson Reed. Reed is down and now busted wide open. And we'll see if Randy wants to go for a pinfall. Not going to. He's going to go high risk though. Uh-oh. Top turnbuckle. He wants Reed to get up to his feet. I don't know why he didn't just go for the pinfall. As a flying crossbody decapitates Bronson Reed. And we all know back in the day when Randy Orton first came into business, he actually did that maneuver quite a bit. And he actually won matches with it. And oh, look at that. Randy being shown that little darker side, I guess, with rubbing the face of his opponent, getting some ring burn across the face. Is Randy Orton just playing with the Intercontinental Champion? Is this going to be enough? Strong kick out from your Intercontinental Champion. The matchup continues. As now here comes Kevin Owens. Obviously still beefing with Bronson Reed. And a big back suplex. Back and forth, ladies and gentlemen. This is a great way to kick us off here with Raw on Netflix. As Owens gets, oh goodness, perfect shot. You saw Kevin Owens getting his head bashed in, and he gets busted wide open. And now Owens gonna eat a buckle mom? Yes, he does. He got all of that. And now Bronson Reed gonna go for the tag, leaving the scraps to Bron Breakker here. And we'll see what's on the mind of the badass. Oh, simple but effective, hard-hitting lariat there from Bron Breakker. Now Bronson Reed gonna show some rage here and look to put away Kevin Owens. Maybe get a little shades of what happened in their first match against each other, and Kevin Owens realizing what was gonna happen, and Owens able to slip out of it. Back and forth we go off the ropes into a back body drop. Also later on tonight, ladies and gentlemen, some tag team action as we're going to see the Motor City Machine Guns, who lost those World Tag Team Championships to the Dudley Boyz. They will be taking on the Street Profits later on tonight. Look at Reed doing the right thing, rolling out at least to the apron so that Randy, if he wanted to, didn't go for the pinfall. And oh, ooh, Reed catching him just before a potential RKO out of nowhere. And some good old-fashioned snake eyes keeps Bronson Reed in the matchup momentarily. And now Randy is in a bad spot. And I guarantee Bronson Reed is going to love to try to destroy Randy Orton just a week out before their massive, massive Intercontinental Championship match. And now Orton with a closed-handed punch. That could be enough. Shoulders are down. Could that be enough to put away Breakker? No. Still plenty left in the basket. And oh, that was perfect drop kicking timing there as Breakker was running with that clothesline. Orton connecting him out of nowhere with that drop kick. And for Randy, one of the best to ever do it, still in phenomenal shape, out wrestling some of these younger guys, and that's just the work that Randy Orton puts in on a daily basis to do what he's able to accomplish in this ring. As Breakker with the pinfall opportunity early on here. Ooh, Owens so close to being put away. And for Breakker, he hasn't hit a spear or military press slam just yet, so maybe Breakker's waiting for the right opportune time to hit that stuff. But you know, normally in these matches, Breakker would want to hit those type of maneuvers. As Breakker gets moved out of the way, gets hit with a stunner. Is that enough to put the match away? No, it is not. Reed breaks it up. Orton has an RKO out of nowhere. Kevin Owens has a stunner out of nowhere. You got to be very cautious on what you do in these type of matches, especially against this team of Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. And uh-oh, Breakker going to that place, ladies and gentlemen. Or I should say, Randy's going to that place. Breakker folding him into a big power slam. And now Breakker has the momentum. Randy Orton was looking for that RKO. Breakker had it scouted, and at least as of right now is, come on, Breakker. Come on now. You're just choking the life out of Randy Orton here. And Breakker's like, I'm not doing much. Don't worry about it. Uh-oh, now the straps of the badass are coming down. The dogs are howling tonight here on Monday Night Raw. Is Randy Orton going to tap out? No, he will not. Kevin Owens right there to break it up. Now Breakker has to go back to work here as he connects with almost like a Falcon Arrow type of maneuver, taking down Randy, dropping him on the back. That we all know Randy Orton has had back issues. Reed going back and forth with Randy Orton. And I'm going to toss him right back into the corner. Let's see what Randy can do. Maybe he tries to get a tag. Maybe not, as he bounces him right off that top turnbuckle padding once again. And again, man, imagine having your forehead cut open already and then getting ring burn or mat burn. I guess you could call it rope burn, whatever the heck you want to call it. It's still effective no matter what, as Bron Breakker breaks it up. The match-up continues. Who is going to walk out winner? This has been a massive opening matchup here live on Raw. And look at Owens just stomping away right there on Bronson Reed. And, well, certainly you can tell these shots are very, very personal, especially when you've been put out on the shelf for at least a month. Now Owens going to toss him into the corner. Maybe you see a tag here, or Owens going to look to go back to work, but Reed not going to allow that and connects with a brutal clothesline. And now Reed gets tagged in. Or I should say Breakker gets tagged in from Bronson Reed into the spear. Spear out of nowhere from Breakker. Is this it? 1, 2. Orton breaks it up at the very last second. So dang close. As now Breakker going to go high risk, high reward. Breakker from the top rope. Frog splash. Frog splash. Is that it? Is Breakker going to go for the pinfall? No, he won't. It looks like, and he's going to tag in the big man, Bronson Reed. This may be where Breakker wants Reed to get on the top rope and connect with the tsunami. Orton knows how those tsunami feels, man. Those are brutal. Reed now. I mean, it feels like with this tag team matchup, ladies and gentlemen, it really feels like, you know, it's very difficult at this time for really to key on and when this match might end, but it seems like maybe the next big maneuver, just like that, Owens dropping Reed on his head, that very well could be enough. Ooh, not even a 2. Very close, though. And now Owens going to go for the tag, get Randy and Bronson Reed once again here. Oh, and a big chop, almost like a Gunther type of chop there from Bronson Reed. And now, here comes the badass Bron Breakker. Orton catches him into a vicious clothesline. Orton and Bron Breakker, a singles match between those guys, that would definitely be pretty good to see once again here on Monday Night Raw. You never know when that may happen. As Reed watches on as Breakker hit him with a shoulder tackle. Breakker was looking to go after Orton. Orton stunned him real quick, and Orton's like, don't even get any ideas. As he connects with a brutal power bomb there to Owens. Is this enough? 2, 3. Yes, it is. A brutal power bomb there from Breakker as Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed pick up a massive, massive win tonight here live on Raw. Bronson Reed, your Intercontinental Champion, building some momentum. Bron Breakker, we don't know where this is going to take him, but a big win tonight in tag team action. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for a non-title matchup as Mia Yim makes her way down to the ring as she will be in a non-title match against the Women's World Champion, Rhea Bloody Ripley. And coming up next week live at SummerSlam, it will be Rhea Ripley, the Women's World Champion, taking on Queen of the Ring winner, Queen Jade Cargill, and that Women's Championship. So it's title versus title, champion versus champion. Whoever walks out the winner will be not only the Women's World Champion, but also the Women's Champion. And that is two massive things to be, especially taking over two brands. And Rhea Ripley, she's starting to find her groove. Well, kind of, she's kind of struggling here and there a little bit in the terms of, trying to find that consistency in the win column. But hey, she's Women's World Champion right now, and she's had some big matches recently against the likes of Bianca Belair and keeping herself in the win column. So tonight, she's facing off with Mia, who's looking to get herself going here on Monday Night Raw and maybe improve her draft stock going into that WWE draft going on after SummerSlam. As there is Mommy from the Judgment Day bringing the brutality, Rhea Ripley. And could Mommy be possibly having both championships around her waist walking out of SummerSlam? So it's probably be honestly her biggest match of her career for both women. Obviously both women kind of know each other from SmackDown back in the previous, before the draft that we had last year recently. Both Rhea and certainly Jade Cargill were on the same roster, if I do remember correctly, and they had definitely some run-ins of sorts, but nothing too major. But this is a lot bigger than their last encounter. Rhea Ripley, Jade Cargill, champion versus champion, title for title. But for Rhea Ripley, she cannot look past Michin tonight. Michin's going to look to make a name for herself, as she should be. Every woman should be, especially in these key moments. This crowd absolutely going crazy for Rhea Ripley, even though she is a part of the Judgment Day. And certainly a lot of changes may be going on with the Judgment Day, especially come up at SummerSlam. We could be seeing Finn Balor leave if he loses. If Balor wins against AJ Styles will join the Judgment Day. So a lot of things going around there at SummerSlam. But here we go. Michin from AJ Styles group there, and also Rhea Ripley from the Judgment Day. Here we go. And now look at a double-handed choke slam there. Takes down Michin, and now Rhea gonna look to go to work. Uh-oh, what is she thinking? Oh, goodness. Imagine getting your back getting stomped out there. Brutal, man. Again, I think the focus right now from Rhea Ripley is that lower back to middle of that back. Kind of loosening up for a riptide later on in this matchup, possibly. Unless she's thinking about a submission hold of sorts, but certainly Rhea Ripley not afraid to start attacking the midsection at this very moment. As Mia Yim with a back suplex, dropping her right on her neck. That could be enough. Hook of the leg. Referee is right there too. Ooh, 2.5. Michin caught Rhea Ripley sleeping there and connected with the big suplex and almost caught her off guard to hit getting a massive win there. That would have been big for Michin. That would have got her draft status to go up quite a bit, I believe. Michin now, what is she thinking about doing? Trying to slow down Rhea Ripley at all costs. As right across the chest with a big stomp. Michin now trying to get this crowd here tonight behind her. Here live on Netflix. A big event going down a non-title match, pardon me. Big time matchup. And now Michin with a nice over the head suplex. Takes down Rhea Ripley, and Michin building up some momentum in this key point in this matchup. She is not letting Rhea Ripley get any type of, I would say, momentum trying to get in her favor whatsoever. As though over the top rope, down goes Michin. And see Rhea Ripley, she's not being desperate right there. She's allowing Michin to come back to her. She could probably care less if Michin got back in the ring. She would take a count-out victory. She does not care. There's now Rhea Ripley. Oh, goodness, again, stomping the life out of Michin. We saw that earlier on in the match as Rhea Ripley again continuing to go to work. But Michin slipping out of it, and a good maneuver there. Attacking that left knee. Work on the knee so Rhea Ripley can't hit some of her power maneuvers. As Rhea Ripley with a big kick to the midsection stuns Michin and also gets herself back to where she wanted to go. It's a big suplex folding Michin like a chair. Now referee John Cone right in position. Shoulders are down, but just a 1 count. For Rhea, she's going to have to start maybe hitting some bigger maneuvers instead of just targeting the head and back area, but certainly she is the Women's World Champion for a reason. As again, look at her just stomping out the life out of Michin. Oh, but hey, there you go. Big kick to the side of the skull. Get yourself back in the match, why don't you? A big punt kick right to the ribs and a clubbing blow to the back of the head. And now Rhea Ripley with a stiff spear. Both of these women are putting it all on the line. It's a key pivotal moment. Hold on. Shoulders are down with the cradle. And oh, look at Michin trying to steal it. Perfect opportunity for Michin. She's keeping herself in this matchup right now. And imagine, hey, Michin wins tonight. Maybe she could challenge Rhea Ripley next week for the Women's World Championship. You know, how big would that be? Just days away from a big-time title versus title defense live there at SummerSlam. Look at those big haymakers. Look at Michin. Bam. Rhea Ripley got to figure out something quickly, ladies and gentlemen. This is going Michin's way here the last couple minutes or so for the most part. As Michin again, a big stomp right across the chest. Stuns Rhea Ripley again. She's trying to get up to her feet. And man, those stomps in the midsection and then a big kick to the head. That is doing work. It is keeping Rhea Ripley off guard, I can tell you that. It's a nice Hurricane Rana from Michin. Michin looking pretty good here. And these, like we've said, these last couple minutes, this is a whole different Michin, it feels like. And now Michin, oh no, Rhea Ripley moves out the way, connects with a running knee. And that could be the last moment in the match that we see Michin have anything go her way, possibly. Now what does Rhea have in store here for Michin? Gonna try and slow her down, but this is where Rhea needs to hit a riptide, hit a big maneuver, put away Michin here. Big clubbing clotheslines, taking down Michin. And now, almost like a little bit of a drop kick of sorts. Took down Michin, but there is a questionable rope break. Couldn't see it from my view, referee a little bit closer than I am with our current camera view, but it doesn't mean that it was an actual rope break, but we will trust John Cone is getting paid the big bucks for that. And big boot to the midsection. Rhea Ripley again messing with that midsection there of Michin. Is, oh goodness, head bouncing right off that turnbuckle there. And Rhea Ripley signaling the end is near here for Michin. But now she's again toying with him. Just toying with her competition right now, and I don't know if that's necessarily the best thing to do at this point, because Michin has done quite well in this match. Let's look at this whole mat bounce with those kicks. And now Michin is in the zone for Rhea Ripley. Rhea, frog splash. She got all of that. Definitely got that from Dirty Dom. Rhea Ripley not going to go for the pinfall. She has Michin right where she wants her. She's not even close to the ropes, but I don't know what Rhea's thinking about doing here, but certainly it might cost her the matchup. She should have went for the pinfall at least. But I guess she wants to send a message to Jade Cargill, and I guess if that's what you want to do, we're about to see it. Time for a riptide. Down goes Mia Yim. Pinfall. 1, 2, 3. Rhea Bloody Ripley with a big win tonight. She had herself a hard-fought competitive match tonight with Michin. I think it made Rhea Ripley better. It made it a very competitive situation. Always when it's in a competitive situation, it makes everything better in terms of wrestling. And we saw it tonight with Rhea Bloody Ripley. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it seems like Jade Cargill is making herself a presence tonight here on Monday Night Raw. Rhea Ripley just picking up a win over Michin, and Jade Cargill the winner, the queen of the ring. Queen Jade Cargill is here, and she is certainly, like we said, making a presence and certainly letting Rhea Ripley know that she is coming for her championship. She said it at the Queen of the Ring. She let Rhea Ripley know that, and now Jade Cargill is coming out here live with her championship. She is coming right after Rhea Ripley. And this is what we're going to get, champion versus champion, ladies and gentlemen, for that, not only the women's championship, but also Rhea Ripley's women's world championship, ladies and gentlemen. These two women are going to go to war live there at Queen of the Ring next week. Champion versus champion, title for title. Jade Cargill, Rhea Ripley, Detroit, Michigan, Summerslam next week. And it's Chelsea Green making her way down to the ring, ladies and gentlemen, in a non-title matchup. She will be taking on the Women's Intercontinental Champion, Asuka. Asuka had herself a hard-fought match, surviving in a no-holds-barred environment to Raquel Rodriguez. And certainly might be the best time for Chelsea Green to pick up a win tonight over Asuka. Just in the terms of, obviously, Asuka not being 100%. And hey, maybe if Chelsea Green is able to pick up a win over Asuka, maybe Chelsea Green could get a Women's Intercontinental Championship match, maybe next week on Raw, on the Go Home Show, or at SummerSlam, because right now, Asuka does not have a current opponent live there at SummerSlam. Just all the face-to-face with Jade Cargill and Rhea Ripley. That is going to be a massive, massive match, ladies and gentlemen, between those two women. But certainly, and you could argue, hey, that match very well could main event SummerSlam. And that is really going to be kind of depending on, the flow of the show. A lot of people are wanting to see Seth Rollins and Solo Sikoa main event. Obviously because of the bloodline and kind of most of those big name superstars on SmackDown kind of feuding against each other. So, I mean, that certainly could happen. You just never know. But now here comes the Women's Intercontinental Champion, Asuka. Able to, like we mentioned, outlast Raquel Rodriguez, looking for an opponent for SummerSlam. And so far, the champions so far have been able to, at least in the terms of Asuka, defend that championship quite well. Naomi, we do have an announcement on Friday Night SmackDown, but we can also announce it tonight. They're through Teddy Long, and obviously I can get it through Triple H, the chairman of WWE, that coming up at SummerSlam, Naomi will defend her Women's United States Championship against a former member of Damage Control, that being Bayley. Really looking forward to that matchup, and we'll see if Naomi can retain her championship. But we'll focus on this matchup here, the non-title matchup between Asuka and certainly Chelsea Green. And Asuka, like we said, you can't look past your opponents in these type of matches. Still looking for a challenger, but certainly she's going to look to put down this potential challenger in Chelsea Green first. Referee ringing the bell. Here we go. As we start off with a collar elbow tie-up, snapmare takedown. Asuka now with a karate kick right to the temple. Takes down Chelsea Green. And for Chelsea Green, she's definitely got to be ready. Asuka's going to bring that fight early on. She's I almost would want to call her the queen of strong style, just in the terms of what obviously Shinsuke is known for, the king of strong style. Asuka brings her own stuff, but just in the quality of strikes and everything. But the Empress of tomorrow, certainly the Empress of today, has had certainly a great career so far, and especially being the first ever women's Intercontinental Champion, certainly wanting to kind of build the women's Intercontinental Championship. Oh goodness, what a neck breaker from Chelsea. Now Chelsea Green trying to work on Asuka, but Asuka bringing in those strong strikes right to Chelsea Green, and Chelsea Green is having some issues right now, as she should be. She's trying to figure out Asuka. It's not the easiest thing you can do. Only, obviously, throughout her career, a handful of competitors have ever been able to figure her out. Tag team action or even singles action. As now Asuka, high risk time. Here we go. Flying! Or a frog splash, pardon me. It is a flying frog splash, whatever you want to call it, but a big frog splash there. But Chelsea Green with an uppercut, trying to keep herself in this matchup momentarily. You know, you gotta try to tame Asuka, which is not easy in the first place. Chelsea Green off the ropes once again here. Asuka just kind of toying with her, and now look at those strikes again. And it's a thing of beauty watching Asuka wrestle in the middle of that ring. It's again Asuka. Oh my goodness, what a suplex! And Asuka might be looking for the Asuka lock. That is what helped her retain the championship last night there at the King and Queen of the Ring PLE. And now Chelsea trying to fight back a little bit, trying to keep herself in this matchup. Maybe a big time and prettier or a Rough Rider of some sort might be able to help her out. Again, Asuka just decimating Chelsea Green with those strikes. Just there's no answer for those strikes, and Chelsea Green has to figure out something quickly. And maybe if I'm Chelsea, I target the legs. Asuka's been using her legs this whole dang matchup. Go for the legs. But certainly when Asuka's so fast with those strikes, I guess it is hard to counter them. But, you know, it's if she wants to be champion and pick up a big win over Asuka, she's going to have to be ready for those type of situations. And now Asuka looking for some snake eyes maybe, but Chelsea Green with a DDT. Pinfall opportunity. Referee is right there in a strong kick out. Chelsea's going to have to do a lot more damage if she wants to pick up a massive win over the likes of Asuka. Here we go, and over the top rope into the spear, takes down Asuka to the outside. And now we'll see if Chelsea Green wants to use the outside to her advantage. Asuka, though, will use it to hers. Chelsea Green moving out of the way. Asuka trying to go for a kick to the head and didn't realize how far away Chelsea Green was at that particular time. It's another vicious neck breaker from Chelsea. Whatever's going to slow down Asuka, that's what Chelsea needs to throw in her moveset right now. Work the legs, something to slow her down. And especially being outside here at ringside, suplexing your opponents, that certainly will help you out. As both women, they've gone through a war, it feels like. Mostly Chelsea Green is the one going through it. Asuka trying to survive, not get thrown back in the ring. And now Chelsea finally gets her back in the ring, and now Green going to look to capitalize, maybe look to hit a big maneuver. Clothesline, that will certainly help out a little bit. Back into a collar elbow tie-up. Asuka with a clothesline of sorts, takes her to the apron. And now, ooh, big stunner. Takes down Green right in front of our announce table here. Asuka, high risk, high reward situation. Chelsea Green stirring up to her feet. Asuka, flying missile drop kick, takes down Chelsea Green. That was an absolute dart of a missile drop kick. I don't get how Chelsea Green is still on her feet. She gets bounced right off that announce table. And how this match has looked, I'm surprised Chelsea Green is still able to stir to her feet, even move with the amount of kicks she has taken, not only to the head, but to the body as well. And now again. Oh goodness, the middle of that back just getting stomped. I don't think I'd want to wrestle Asuka if it keeps on getting stomped like that. And still to come tonight, ladies and gentlemen, tag team match between Motor City Machine Guns and the Street Profits, as well as big main event, Sami Zayn versus Finn Balor in a non-title matchup. Sami Zayn retained his championship against Bron Breakker. We'll see if there's an announcement on who Sami Zayn's opponent for SummerSlam will be. Could it be a man like Finn Balor? Maybe with a win tonight, he very well could get that. It's a big knee right in the middle of the shoulders right there. Certainly not the best feeling in the world if you're Asuka there. Ooh, and a nice drop kick, dropping Chelsea Green there. Now Asuka going to look to toss her back inside the ring, and she does. We'll see what Asuka has to do in these maybe the last dying moments of this matchup. Oh, Chelsea Green blocking that kick here. We'll see if she can capitalize on it. Rebound elbow strike. There you go, Chelsea. And just that big lengthy boot of hers right in the throat of Asuka. Chelsea continuing to fight, pinfall opportunity, but another kick out from Asuka. Keeps herself in it. And like we mentioned, with how this match has gone down, ladies and gentlemen, I would have thought this match would have gone to the favor of Asuka. But right now, Chelsea Green slithering her way, keeping herself in the weeds, keeping herself fighting in this matchup. And now Chelsea Green, what is she thinking about doing? Big scoop slam coming out of the corner. And now Chelsea looking to go high risk from the second rope, it seems. I'm not sure what she is thinking about. Let's see. Chelsea Green with a big-time neck breaker. Impressive outing from Chelsea Green. Can she keep this up here? It's a big just clubbing blow right across the face. Oh, reversal from Asuka. Moves herself out the way. I'm not sure what Asuka was really thinking. She's just allowing Chelsea Green to keep herself in this matchup momentarily. Giving her way too much, I would say, leeway in this matchup. Right to the hair. Chelsea Green really tugging on the back of the hair right there of Asuka. Asuka's hair might be ripped out from that. As Asuka, again, struggling right now. And that's something we rarely ever say in a Asuka match. The big clubbing blow takes down Asuka here at ringside again. And maybe that favors Asuka right now, because she knows for sure she won't be getting pinned at this moment. As Chelsea Green, what is she thinking? Oh no, a Canadian destroyer at ringside, right in front of the fans. What a brutal maneuver, as now Asuka tosses her to the other side. I don't know how Asuka is even moving at this opportunity right now. As Asuka a little pissed off there and hits her with that swinging kick to the dome. And now Asuka heading herself back in the ring, maybe. And Chelsea Green is out like a light right now. How much more can both of these women really sustain? This was Asuka's match, it feels like, to win for the longest time. And then Chelsea Green was starting to get back into it. As now Asuka and Chelsea Green back in the ring, running knee strike right to the midsection out of nowhere. I think this could be it. Chelsea Green, oh, no, never mind. Asuka with a strong kick out at one. That could have been the moment, though, ladies and gentlemen. It's another knee strike, this time on a grounded competitor. Now Chelsea Green done playing around. This is a massive win opportunity if Chelsea Green can actually hit what she's hitting. Chelsea Green with the end prettier, right in the center of the ring. Pinfall. Is this it? 2. No, Asuka kicks out. That would have been the moment Chelsea Green needed. And Asuka rolling at least to the apron so that she won't get hit with another maneuver. But she certainly got hit with a big boot to the jaw. Down goes Asuka at ringside. This is a no count out matchup, though. These women can stay outside or go back inside the ring as long as we get that result. As Asuka with a big time sit out powerbomb of sorts. Something has to give, though. These women are putting their heart and soul into this. It's almost like not a abdominal stretch, but definitely a big time stretch here to Chelsea Green. It almost seems like she's kind of tapping out there with her leg and just getting her shoulder stretched out in not a good way. As Green gets tossed back in the ring, we'll see if Asuka can capitalize on that submission to the outside. That may have done enough damage to her. Shoulders are down. 2, 3, yes it is. Asuka had herself a fight of her life tonight, but she survived it and she walks out victorious. Women's Intercontinental Champion is on a roll, ladies and gentlemen. Who will face Asuka? Hey, Regal, just the man I'm looking for. I need to talk to you about something, and it's regarding the Intercontinental Championship and your Intercontinental Champion, Bronson Reed. Mr. Owens, so good to have you back, and too bad you guys lost earlier on tonight, but how can I help you? Well, first off, I did technically get my hands on Bronson Reed tonight, but I want him in a singles match, and I want to take that Intercontinental Championship away from him. But obviously at SummerSlam you already booked Randy Orton and Bronson Reed for the Intercontinental Championship, so I was wondering if you could just add me and make it a triple threat match. Kevin, I totally understand that you want to get your hands on Bronson Reed, and I don't blame you. But you've already had your chance at Bronson Reed, and you lost. Now it's Randy Orton's turn to face Bronson Reed one-on-one. Come on, Regal. This is a big money match. The match is pretty predictable in a one-on-one match. Orton has Bronson Reed's number, but if you throw me in there, it becomes less predictable. Just this one time, William. Just this one time, and you won't regret it. Look, Kevin, I know it would be a great match if we added you into it, but I'm not having Randy's chance of a one-on-one contest to just be thrown up in the air like that. We're keeping the match a one-on-one contest. Bronson Reed defends his Intercontinental Championship against Randy Orton at SummerSlam. One-on-one, that's it. Keeping me off SummerSlam is a big mistake, Regal. You will regret this. Ladies and gentlemen, we are backstage. As you can tell, that's Apollo Crews, and it looks like that's Alex Shelley, one half of the Motor City Machine Guns. We have not seen Apollo Crews in quite a long time. He was a part of the Hurt Business. He still is. Bobby Lashley has left the company, and now it looks like Apollo Crews is stepping up to the plate and helping out the Hurt Business, even in a key role here. And it looks like he is wanting to send a message, ladies and gentlemen, right to Alex Shelley, of the Motor City Machine Guns. As what a drop kick there, taking out Shelley. And I'd love to know where Chris Sabin's at, his tag team partner, being taken out of the way, it seems like, of sorts, but certainly this is not the way to do things, as he just power bombed him, his head hitting the back end of the trunk area here. This is just vicious, man. He is just being beaten down. Can we get some kind of person to come over here and break this damn thing apart? This is brutal. Chris Sabin must be getting ready for his match, obviously, because he's nowhere to be seen. And wait a minute. What in the hell's Chris Sabin, or Alex Shelley, I should say. Oh, no. No, Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews messing up the hand of Alex Shelley. Oh my goodness. Apollo Crews, he is certainly trying to send a message that, hey, just because Bobby Lashley is no longer here doesn't mean that I can't pick up where the slack is. And again, not the hand again. Oh my goodness. What in the hell are we witnessing here on Monday Night Raw? And now again, Apollo Crews right on the concrete. And there goes our tag team match tonight, live on Raw. Tonight here on Daytona Beach, Florida, it has been a great night overall, as there is your undisputed champion who retained it over Bron Breakker. But tonight, he faces off with Finn Balor in your main event. If you are looking for a great way for here on Monday Night Raw, certainly tonight is the night, ladies and gentlemen. As Sami Zayn making his way down to the ring, as this is certainly a big time moment for all things WWE, and you can tell, look, there's Bron Breakker, ladies and gentlemen. Sami Zayn doesn't even notice. Breakker's waiting for the big opportune time, and the big clothesline takes down Sami Zayn, and now Breakker with a over-the-head suplex right on the championship belt, and now Breakker with a headshot right there to Sami Zayn. This is not what you want to see going on against Sami Zayn, ladies and gentlemen. You hate to see it as a spear to Sami Zayn. A damn spear has exploded right into the torso of Sami Zayn. And are we even going to be able to see the champion be in action here as he hit a spear, another spear, but it didn't work out in his favor that time? But that sure as hell will do it. Bron Breakker laying out Sami Zayn right now, and right now the match is up in the air. Breakker is taking it to your undisputed champion. And it certainly seems Breakker not too happy with the results. He won earlier on tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. What a shot to the forehead there of Sami Zayn. You gotta be kidding me. Breakker, he like we said, won tonight, but it certainly seems like he's not done with Sami Zayn. As he, again, just decimating Sami Zayn with his kendo stick and just exploding right in front of us. Referee trying to briefly do something about it, but I don't blame the ref to try to get involved whatsoever. As look at this crossface right in front of our announce table, right in this broken kendo stick. This is absolutely brutal, ladies and gentlemen. I hate even having to witness this right in front of our fans' face. Just wrenching in a kind of a random headlock of sorts. But now Breakker. Oh no, this ain't gonna end well. This will not end well for Sami Zayn. Breakker, no, right to the ribs. Right to the ribs, and again, Bron Breakker getting up and doing it right to the head and neck area here. This is not good for Sami. He was supposed to have someone to go against, and it certainly seems like Bron Breakker wants it to be him as he power bombs him right on top of the announce table here. Not again. Oh no. Underhook. Back slam taking down. Damn it. Breakker has absolutely snapped. He has gone to a second, if not third, gear here, ladies and gentlemen. And now Sami, if you thought he survived SummerSlam, he's sure as hell not surviving right here, right now, as he gets his head bounced right in, caved right in to our lovely announce table here. And Breakker, oh my goodness, just beating down the ribs here again. Oh no. What the hell is Breakker thinking here? Can he even reach that far? Can Breakker even fly? Yes, he can. He got all of it. Bron Breakker has gotten all of it, and he has taken down Sami Zayn. I am being told this match has officially been thrown out the window between Sami Zayn and Bron Breakker, ladies and gentlemen. I hate that this even has to be like this, ladies and gentlemen, but it is how it's going down tonight as Breakker, again, brutality at its finest. And Breakker, oh yeah, he's coming after that championship once again. And if this is up to William Regal, he has to decide if Breakker gets another opportunity once again live there. Coming up very soon. Next week, live at SummerSlam. It's a big jumping strike, taking him down. Breakker getting up to his feet. I don't know if it's time for another spear or not, but he's going to attack the knee now. That is sure as hell one way to really systematically take out your champion as he runs right into him. And oh, now Sami wants to get in a striking fest with Bron Breakker, and I don't think that's the best idea, if I'm honest with you. But certainly we're about to see how this goes down between the Undisputed Champion. Can Bron Breakker put him away? And he does. Certainly not what you want to see here between Bron Breakker and Sami Zayn. You want to see a fair fight, not what we're seeing here tonight on Monday Night Raw. As another spear out of nowhere, and now Breakker has the Undisputed Championship. It's, oh goodness, a good old rib shot just for good measure, throwing the championship right on Sami Zayn. The message is pretty clear. Bron Breakker wants that Undisputed Championship and taking it away from Sami Zayn. But this is how we end Monday Night Raw. Bron Breakker over Sami Zayn to end Raw.